Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're interrupting Fixed Blade Friday. We're going to have another Fun Knife Friday. And as you can see, we got a knife that is, it was kind of a grail for me, to tell you the truth, and one that I really like, that I got this particular knife, and it reminded me a lot of my dad. And so I'll tell you a little bit about him, because my dad always loved Dale Earnhardt. Me and my dad were both big race fans, and we loved to watch all kinds of racing. It didn't matter what it was, if it was NASCAR or Indy. My dad was a huge Indy car fan, F1, uh, the motorcycle races, I mean, he'd watch anything, air races when they were on TV. My dad was a huge, huge sports fan. And what he would love to do, I can remember as a kid, we used to be upset because anytime we were in the car on the weekends, and some of you guys of a certain age will probably remember this, but as soon as we take off on the car, Dad's tuning the AM radio and getting the live sports game, whatever it was, baseball, football, or whatever season. And as kids, we're always going, "Oh, but Dad, we want to listen to the music." And he's like, "Yeah, you can listen to music when you're with Mom." But my dad taught me a lot of things. One of them was mental toughness and a work ethic. My dad was different than a lot of other dads. In his early 30s, he developed crippling rheumatoid arthritis, and they didn't have the medicines that they have now uh, for that. And my dad, basically, his hands and his feet became deformed. His knees didn't work or whatever. He was in constant pain all the time. Uh, and he still got up and he went to work every single day, and he took care of our family, and he did it at the sacrifice of his body. And there was just no quit in him as far as stuff like that went. And we used to talk about that, was kind of like why we enjoyed racing so much, is that neither one of us are going to be a star athlete as far as pitching a ball, or throwing a ball, or running down a basketball court or something like that. But we drive cars all the time, so it's not that big of a jump to do that, to have the machine do the work for you. But I was lucky enough. After I got out of the service, I was kind of bouncing around from job to job. He had a job opening where he worked, and I basically had the same job that he did, but working in a different area. And we worked together for I think at least, I'm thinking it was close to 12 years that we worked for the same company, doing the same work day after day. And he and I became very close, and that was a very special time for me. My dad passed in '06, and I still miss him every day. And when I got this knife came up on Instagram, and it made me think of him, and all the times that we had shared and stuff. And I think I shared this on the live, that you know because we were living in different cities. But when Dale Earnhardt crashed and passed away there at the Daytona 500, uh, I heard the news first, and I called him on the phone to let him know that Dale Earnhardt had died. And my mom talked to me later, and she said that he had broken down in tears and was just crying. And it's funny how people have that effect that we don't really know, uh, and we sit there and are not sure. Uh, I think it's just kind of a human thing, but we all have our heroes and people we look up to, and I don't know how to explain it. I'm not a psychologist. All I know is that Dad was a big Dale Earnhardt fan, and I wish, if I would have known that this knife existed back then, in the early 2000s, then I would probably have two of them, because I did get a lot of his NASCAR memorabilia and stuff was passed on to me when he passed, because everybody knew we had that in common, you know. So, anyways, let's get back to the knife. And if you have stuck around and you know this story meant something to you, please leave me a comment, because it's kind of emotional to talk about this. Anyways, I found this Dale Earnhardt commemorative. I'd seen the knife on on Instagram. I bought this on eBay. So as you can see, the tin has a couple scratches and stuff like that. But what's really cool is that, you know, you get your case paperwork and stuff, but they also had this little commemorative coin or whatever. And now we'll get to the star of the show, which is the knife. And I had to watch or get this knife because, as you can see, I mean, how awesome is that? Instead of the case shield, it's Dale Earnhardt's 3. And that is just awesome. And I love how they did this bone. They called it, I think, pitch tar black was what it said in the description. But look how it grays out on the sides. Is that beautiful or what? And that, I can't get over that 3 shield. And that's what I saw on Instagram. Somebody posted this knife, or a knife like this rather, not this particular knife, but a knife with the 3, and I'd never seen that before. And like I said, I know my dad would have loved this. And look at the cover on the back. I mean, what a beautiful treatment of the bone. This came out in 2002. You know, so here is your case symbol there, and just a really, really beautiful. So here's all your dots and stuff for those that are counting the dots. And well, it's actually dots and X's for the early 2000s. And of course the dreaded spay blade, mirror polished, true sharp stainless. This knife will not be a user. It's going to be a collectible. I'm gonna probably get a stand for this one, and definitely keep this out as a reminder, not only of my love of racing, but you know, a love of my dad. You know, and it's definitely a touchstone of my time with him. And I can't think of a better way to commemorate basically two great men in my life, you know, because I was an Earnhardt fan also, and I also liked Dale Jr. and stuff when he was racing. But if anybody wants to talk about old NASCAR from the 2000s, I'm your guy. I've kind of lost touch with it, because since I cut the cord on cable, I don't get to watch the live sports really anymore. And I follow NASCAR. I'll see who won the races, and I'll look at the standings for the different drivers that I follow. But then you know, it's hard to it's not the same feeling when you're not actually watching the races, because my wife and I were both race fans. And I mean, gosh, there was a time there, you know, when we were first married in the early aughts, that man, we were watching, you know, the races on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You know, we were in it deep, you know. But you can get that way in anything. So we both enjoyed that. Anyways, that's it for this Fun Knife Friday. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you guys weren't bored by it. I hope you have fond memories of your father and other sports that you follow and stuff like that. And you know, if your dad is still around, give him a call. You know, he'll probably appreciate it. I know I wish I could call mine. You know, so anyhow, that will be it for this one. Reminder, there will not be a live stream on Sunday. We're going to take Easter Sunday off. We will be returning the following Sunday, the 16th, and we are going to have Slip Joint Sawyer. He's going to come back on the show, and if everything holds to our tentative plans, like we are, but he's going to be our scheduled guest. and I will see all you guys then. Look for more videos during the week. Been really busy this week, so I kind of slacked off on being able to make videos because I had just a bunch of stuff I've been having to take care of. But now we'll go back to a more regular schedule this next week. And who knows, since I'm taking off Sunday, you might even get a couple extra videos. It could happen. All right, guys, take it easy.